He says, so this is, remember, this one is called Columbo, the mother of all tactics, right? Question and asking these questions. He says there are three basic ways to use Columbo, this question asking approach. First, to gather information, as we've been talking about, right? And so you want to know where the person is coming from. You want to be clear in terms of what they have to say, because again, you want to address the particular issue that they're making and not just, go off on what's called a straw man argument where you're dealing with something that they're not even talking about, right? And so the basic way to do this is to use Columbo. You're gathering information. You can use it to reverse the burden of proof, right? That is to encourage the other person to give reasons for their own views, right? So the burden of proof has to do with who should be defending their particular position. And so, again, this is, you want to be on the offensive, right? And so you reverse the burden of proof so that if they've made the statement, they're responsible to answer it, to back it up with reasons, right? And so they've made this statement, okay, fine, now you ask this question because it's on them. They're the one that made the statement, right? You don't have to jump in and try to defend and answer their particular issue. They need to answer their issue, right? Because they brought it up. So this is called reversing the burden of proof, right? You encourage the other person to give reasons for their views. This, I think, is very, very powerful. And I think oftentimes we miss this, right? Because we want to give an answer. We want to give an answer. Sometimes even before we know what the questions are, right? And so, no, we want them to give an answer for the issue that they brought up. And so, I'm kind of hammering that because I think it's really, really important, right? They need to give an answer. They're the one that brought this issue up. Thirdly, we want to lead the conversation in a specific direction. So those are three basic ways, he says, that we can use this Columbo approach. We want to gather information so that we understand where they're coming from. Reverse the burden of proof so that if they brought this issue up, they need to defend the issue the issue that they brought up. And then finally, lead the conversation in a specific direction. Those are three basic ways to use Columbo. Now, what's interesting about his book is that at the end of each chapter, and I'm not sure if we've mentioned this before, he gives a what we learned in this chapter, and it's kind of a summary.
Just turn to the end of the chapters, and you'll get the Cliff Notes version for free.
And so I think that's really helpful, and so I'd encourage folks to do that if they, when they're going through this.